Is the bourbon industry outlook for 2025 and where is the market going? Happy New Year, by the way. And first, let's talk about how 2024's bourbon market ended up. It was a year for records. So record sales revenue was up to $5.3 billion, a 12% year over year increase, just crazy growth in the bourbon market in 2024. One of the main reasons for this, exports hit a record growth as well. So there's a lot of demand for bourbon overseas, mainly Europe, Japan, Australia, 15% increase in exports out of the US to foreign markets. Another is the explosion of the craft distillery market. So craft distilleries made up $1.4 billion of that overall sales revenue. There's actually over 2,500 current craft distilleries in the US, just crazy. I love craft distilleries. It's good to actually hear this from me. Then there was a massive explosion in the premium bourbon categories. So stuff like your limited edition releases, single barrel categories, all the stuff that we really like that goes into the craftsmanship of bourbon. A lot of us are learning what we like. There was an 18% growth in that category. Of course, we know what a lot of those bottles are, but that's a direction a lot of distilleries are moving to, is limited edition, high age statement, single barrel type releases. Massive explosion in that area. So what are some of the trends that industry experts are seeing for 2025? One is a continued emphasis on the premium bottles we just talked about. They're anticipating another 10 to 15% market growth in that category. They also anticipate a lot more global market expansion, so exports of bourbon, mainly because countries like China and India are becoming very interested in bourbon. So a lot of people around the world are trying to experience this product. Also, they anticipate keeping your eye out for a lot of new innovations and aging experiences and things like that. So different weird age statements, a lot of different finishes and different types of barrels, a lot of experimenting that's been going on because that has led to a lot of explosion in that premium category. And bourbon tourism. So bourbon tourism actually revived quite a bit in 2024. They're expecting that to explode in 2025. And I think a lot of that's just people are realizing that's sort of a vacation they want to take. Go and check out these distilleries, use tourism as a way to get good bottles, different things like that. So the tourism market for bourbon is expected to absolutely explode. So what does all of this mean for us, the consumer? Unfortunately, they think prices of bourbon just in general are going to go up a little bit. Inflation sucks. We all know that. But raw material costs, operational costs, things like that are just continuing to increase, which will be reflected in the price of bottles. Now, if you look at the premium categories, since there's so many more options out there, if you look at traditional bottles we all look for, like your Pappy Van Winkles, your BTACs, they're either going to plateau or go down. Maybe not Van Winkle because the supply and demand just doesn't change on that. But because there's so many more options out there, people are looking to get their hands on other things. So that could be a good thing to drive costs down from an overall premium standpoint. But the bottom line is the bourbon market is not going anywhere. It's booming like crazy. And I think that's just a good thing for all of us to get our hands on new things, try new things, and just continue to talk about it. So that's the outlook for 2025. Cheers.